Method number 3 is compile content. So this is actually the reverse of repurposing content, where we're dividing one core piece of content. This is usually a little bit easier for nonprofits because they're creating more short form or micro content on social media. And with that, you can combine, let's say, several social media posts of yours and turn that into an article. Obviously, you want to put some thought into which social media posts you're combining and make sure they're all at some kind of relevant theme, and you can combine them in a way that makes sense to be one article. And maybe it could be a summary post of the images that are in there. Maybe it could be a sequence of events throughout some sort of campaign that you're running and turning that into an article or some longer form piece of content. You can also gather up quotes, facts, data you've used elsewhere, and use that as fuel for an article where you're summarizing an issue and sharing 10 facts about a certain situation, where maybe in social media you've used those data points and those facts all separately. You can go back and actually just combine them all, and now you have basically the content for an article. So that's a great way to reuse a lot of your social media content. And then take a few educational articles, for example. You might be able to look at similar topics if you are an organization that's been creating blog posts around similar-ish topics. There might be sections in there that you can piece out from 3, 4, 5 different articles and actually turn that into another article on its own as well. And then these ones are interesting as well when you go back to your social media posts or some of the content that you've created years ago. It's interesting to see the progression of whether it's your organization progression of maybe it's the size of your organization, or maybe it's the number of recipients or donors, or it's data that's relevant in your industry, and comparing what it was 5 years ago, 10 years ago to what it is now. And then that could be great fuel for article content, longer form pieces. So recommendation here is to write down the micro content you could compile together into something bigger. So might take a little bit of effort to go through your previous social media posts, your previous articles, and look at it with this lens. But if you can get some new longer form pieces of content, some substantial variations on what you've created in the past, and then you're well on your way to creating more content.